life of the world. For we have always been and will always be a great nation that is prosperous in diversity, which becomes our main asset to stand upright and lead the flow of civilization from the breaking of the dawn to beyond the horizon. Pete Palindo Terminal Paticamas, world-class leading terminal operator.
Recording in progress.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone.
Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, dan salam kebajikan rahayu. Firstly, we would like to apologize for the delay due to network constraint. Please forgive us to the obstacles that occur.
Okay, to our respected Professor Dr. Nur Hasan, MKes, as Rector of State University of Surabaya.
To the respected Professor Dr. Anang Kistianto, SS MSI, as a Dean Faculty of
Recording
Economic
stopped.
and Business, State University, Surabaya.
To the respected Mrs. Yuyun Isbana, SAMSM, as the Management Study Program Coordinator, Faculty of Economic and Business, State University of Surabaya.
To the respected Mr. Rashid Faiz Akbar, SAMM, as the Chief Executive of International Manajemen Conference and Progressive Paper 2.0, Faculty of Economic and Business, State University of Surabaya.
And respected to the all of participants that present to this meeting, and
Welcome to the Immersive International Management Conference and Progressive Papers 2.0. We, Wike Indah Nur Aini, and
Randy Setiawan.
will be the master of ceremonies for today's meeting, and it's our pleasure to guide participants here through this special occasion.
Okay, firstly, I would like to say the utmost gratitude towards Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for letting us together in today's event with good and stable state of health.
Okay, Randy.
Yes.
I'm so excited today to be here because a little bit sneak peek, we will meet and learn from an amazing speakers today.
Yes. I'm agree with you, Willie. I'm so excited too because after this, we can apply the knowledge not only in class or campus, but also in our daily life or to future, yeah? So make sure to pay attention to our speaker today, guys.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, before we start, allow me to read out our rundown for today's agenda. We will begin our schedule with first, singing National Anthem of Indonesia Raya and Mars UNESA.
And second is reporting of the program by our chief executive.
The third one is opening ceremony.
And the fourth is recitation of a prayer.
The fifth, our main event, International Management Conference and Progressive Paper 2.0.
And the sixth is Q&A session at submission of certificate to speaker and moderator.
The last one is closing of the seminar.
Okay, getting into our first agenda, we are going to singing national anthem of Indonesia Raya and Mars UNESA. Please to the operator to play the anthem. Thank you to the operator for playing the anthem.
Okay, as our second agenda is a reporting of program by our Chief Executive, Mr. Rashidi Faiz Akbar, SAMM. To Mr. Faiz, the stage is yours.
Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and warm regrets to all of us. Honorable Professor Dr. Anang Kristianto, SOS MSI, as the Dean of the Faculty of the Economics and Business, Universitas Negeri Surabaya, who will deliver the opening remarks for today's event. Esteemed Mrs. Yuyun Isbana, SEMSI, as the head of the Bachelor Degree Management Study and driving force behind this event. Our distinguished keynote speakers, for the first one is Mr. Surapong, PhD, from Raja Manggala University Technology, Krung Thep, Thailand. The second is Mrs. Nur Jihan binti MD Johan, MBA, from University Technology Mara, Negeri Sembilan, Malaysia, and Prof. Economic Abdul Mongit, MA, PhD, from Universitas Negeri Surabaya. And to all honors, guests, fellow lecturers, students, and participants whom we greatly value. First and foremost, let us express our gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, All the Mighty, for His blessings that allow us to gather here today for the second Immersive International Management Conference and Progressive Paper 2024, even both in person and virtually. This conference is held with the theme Fostering Innovation in Energy Efficiency, Waste Management, and Sustainable Development, which is highly relevant addressing today's global challenge. Through this theme, we are committed to actively exploring innovative solutions to enhance energy efficiency, manage waste responsibly, and support sustainable development. This event also offers a wide range of sub-themes, including green management in finance, marketing, and human resources, as well as this event also offers a wide range of contribute to advancing management, science, and innovation in various related fields. We would also like to extend our deepest gratitude to Universitas Negeri Surabaya as our sponsors, the organizing, the committee, and all parties who have contributed and worked hard to make this event successful. A special appreciation goes to our speakers who have generously shared their time and expertise with us. Finally, I wish that everyone a fruitful and engaging conference. May this event benefit all of us and inspire new ideas for developing sustainable management practices. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much to Mr. Faiz for the report.
Next in our agenda is the opening ceremony by our coordinator. For the first speech is from Mrs. Yuyun Isbana, SAMSM, as the Management Study Program Coordinator, Faculty Economic and Business, State University of Surabaya. To Mrs. Yuyun Isbana, the time is yours.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Honorable Rector and Vice Rector of Universitas Negeri Surabaya, Dean of the Faculty of Economic and Business, Universitas Negeri Surabaya, Profesor Dr. Anang Kristianto, SOS MSI, Vice Dean of the Faculty of Economic and Business, Universitas Negeri Surabaya, our great speakers, Mr. Surapong Wacharajit, PhD from Raja Manggala University of Technology, Rungdep, Thailand, Mrs. Nurjihan binti MD Johan MBA from University Teknologi Mara Negeri Sembilan Malaysia, and Professor Abdul Mungit PhD from Universitas Negeri Surabaya, the coordinator of study program and fellow lecturer of the Faculty of Economic and Business Universitas Negeri Surabaya, and all of the participants in Immersive 2024. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Alhamdulillah, thank you for Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for giving us some mercies and blessings so we can attending this conference. Previously, we apologize for the electricity trouble so that the conference was not on schedule. On this occasion, I would like to welcome all participants on the Second International Management Conference and Progressive Paper 2024. We express our thanks and highest appreciation to all parties who have participated in this conference. To Rector and Vice Rector, Dean and Vice Dean, Speaker, the main sponsor PT Pelindo, our journal partner, and all participants, and especially for the task force team in Immersive 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, fostering innovation in energy efficiency, waste management, and sustainable development require a concerted effort from all sectors in society, governance, businesses, academia, and individual alike. By working collaboratively, we can create a sustainable future that not only meet the need of the present, but also safeguard the well-being of future generations. We must embrace innovative technology, promote sustainable practice, and engage communities in pursuing a more sustainable and equitable world. We can drive the change needed to create a brighter, more sustainable future. The last enjoying this conference, hopefully it will be useful for us. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Yuyun Isbana, for the speech.
And the next is delivery of greetings, and also the opening speech is from Professor Dr. Anang Kristianto, SOS MSI, as a Dean Faculty of Economic and Business, State University of Surabaya. To Professor Dr. Anang Kristianto, the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, selamat pagi, salam sejahtera to all audience. Honorable Rector of Universitas Negeri Surabaya, Profesor Dr. Nur Hasan, and all Vice Rector UNESA, Honorable Vice Dean, the Faculty of Economic and Business UNESA, Coordinator of Undergraduate Management Study Program, and all head of study program FEB Universitas Negeri Surabaya, lecturer, student who are present at this academic forum. We are so pleased to welcome our keynote speaker, Mr. Surapong Watkarajit, PhD, from Raja Mangala University of Technology, Krungtep, Thailand. Thank you, Mr. Surapong. Mrs. Surjihan binti Mohjohan, MBA, from University Teknologi Mara, Negeri Sembilan, Malaysia. Terima kasih, Mrs. Nurjihan. Profesor Abdul Mungit, MA, from FIP Universitas Negeri Surabaya. We are excited to welcome you to our Immersive 2024, the International Management Conference in Progressive People, organized by the Study Program of Management, Faculty of Economic and Business, Universitas Negeri Surabaya. Our topic for this year, fostering innovation in energy efficiency, waste management, and sustainable development, very essential and urgent. As we confront global challenges related to climate change and resource scarcity, it is imperative that we work together to innovate and implement sustainable practices that can transform our industry, our communities, and our planet. Today, we are honored to gather a diverse group of professionals, academics, and top leaders who will share their insights and experience. This conference offers a unique platform to exchange ideas, debate emerging trends, and most importantly, inspire actionable solutions that will contribute to a more prosperous future. Finally, by inviting the best speaker in this field, the Faculty of Economic and Business UNESA, which has been accredited internationally by ACAS and ranked 300 plus THE Impact Rank SDGs by subject design work and economic growth, is committed to disseminating more ideas and issue of sustainable development goal SDGs in the global landscape. We wish this Immersive 2024 will serve as a medium for all presenters and participants to exchange and share and discuss ideas, research, best practices, and solutions related to these issues. By shaping Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, the International Management Conference and Progressive People, Immersive 2024, organized by the Study Program of Management, Faculty of Economic Business Universitas Negeri Surabaya, with topic fostering innovation in energy efficiency, waste management, and sustainable development. I open. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you, Professor Dr. Anang, for the greetings and also the opening speech, Immersive 2.0.
And now, to commence our meeting, please to Mr. Muhammad Hussain, SPD MM, for the recitation of a prayer. Please to Mr. Muhammad Hussain to lead the prayer.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let us together bow our heart and pray to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala to be given the opportunities and blessings in our event today. For those who are Muslims, please follow this prayer. And for those other religions, you are welcome to pray according to your own beliefs. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma shalli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Allahumma ij'alna wa auladana min ahli ilmi wa ahli al-khair. Allahumma inna nas'aluka salamatan fid din wa afiyatan fil jasad wa ziyadatan fil ilmi wa ziyadatan fil ilmi wa ziyadatan fil ilmi wa barakatan fil rizqi wa taubatan qabla al-maut wa rahmatan 'indal maut wa maghfiratan ba'dal maut. Allahumma hawin alaina fi sakaratil maut wan najata minan nar wal afwa 'indal hisab. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Praise be to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the God of universe, who has given grace, bounty, and health on us, so that we can gather here at this second International Management Conference and progressive papers. Ya Allah, we ask for your presence in our activities today. May this seminar run accordingly and grant blessing for all us. Ya Allah, the knowing God, open our heart and minds so that we can understand the new knowledge and insight present at this event. Make the knowledge we can as useful gift for the advancement of science, the nation, and the world. Allahumma aghnina bil ilmi wa zayyina bil hilmi wa akrimna bit taqwa wa jammilna bil afiyah bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Ya Allah, the God of compassion, bless us with knowledge, purify us with politeness, honor us with piety, and grant us with health. Ya Allah, the God of fortunes and the one who gives his bless, give blessings and aid to the speakers who will share their knowledge and experience. Give us the aid is the delivery of their material so that what they convey can be useful and inspiring for us. Ya Allah, the God of mercy, guard and protect us during this activity. Keep us away from all obstacles and difficulties, and give us the strength to live this day with enthusiasm and togetherness. Rabbana dhalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzaban nar. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you to Mr. Hussein for the prayer.
And now we've been past the opening ceremony, and before we move to our main event, I would like to introduce our speakers today. We have three speakers for today's. The first speaker to the respected Professor Dr. Andes E.C. Abdul Mungit, MA PhD. The second one is to the respected Mr. Surapong Wacarajit, PhD. And the third one is to the respected Mrs. Nur Jihan binti MD Johan, MBA. That will be led by our gorgeous moderator for today's, that is Mr. Muhammad Rizky Ramadan, Bibus MITHM. Mr. Rizky Ramadan was born in Surabaya on February 11, 1996, is a lecturer in the Management Study Program in the field of Marketing Strategy, Faculty of Economic and Business at State University of Surabaya.
He is dedicated educator and experienced professional with a strong background in business, marketing, and international relations, skilled in both academic and industry settings, with a passion for sharing knowledge and fostering innovation. And now, for Mr. Rizky Ramadan, the time is yours.
Good morning, distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, and also participants. Welcome to the International Management Conference and Progressive Papers 2.0. It's an honor to have each of you join us today as we explore key insights in global management, finance, and economic development. With our distinguished speakers, this conference offers a platform for innovative ideas, research, and collaborative discussions, bringing together some of the brightest minds in management and finance from around the world. Today, we will have a series of sessions where our speakers will share their expertise, followed by a Q&A session, and also we encourage everyone to participate actively and make the most of this immersive experience. Please keep your questions ready as we'll have designated times for interactions with our experts. And now let's meet our first speaker, Professor Dr. Izzy Abdul Mangit, MA, PhD, and we are honored to welcome Professor Dr. Izzy Abdul Mangit from Universitas Negeri Surabaya, Indonesia. Prof. Mangit, time and place is yours.
Professor Abdul Mungit is a distinguished professor in banking at Universitas Negeri Surabaya with extensive expertise in banking, finance, risk management, and economic development. Professor Mungit has a strong research background with numerous publications in Scopus indexed journals focusing on banking and finance. He has served as a consultant for the World Bank, IFC, and other financial institutions, contributing to the projects on banking risk management, economic growth diagnostic, and rural finance.
Good morning, Professor Dr. Abdul Mangit. Please share your experience and also your knowledgeable things to the respected participants. The time and place is yours.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in, amma ba'du. First, I would like to thank the organizing committee for giving me opportunity to talk in this conference. About 3 months ago, I was invited by the Department of Investment Promotion, the City Council of Surabaya, to talk about how to invite investor in the green economy. And today, I would like to talk about the role of green finance in the current economic situation. I think this topic is very interesting because it gives a lot of insight on us and a lot of things that we should discuss to tackle the issue of what we call it green financing and green economy, and of course about the sustainable development and etc.
Pertanyaan.
Next, please. Green finance is very crucial for fostering sustainable development, and especially in the country where the sustainable development and the problem of economic, like the risk of disaster and etc. is very high, like Indonesia, because it will supporting a lot of projects that is related to tackle the issue of climate change and disaster related to the climate change. So, what is the definition of the green finance? It is usually describe as how financial industry can support the sustainable growth by providing finance for green sectors. And it is related to many issues, but mostly talking about the green bond, green credit, and sustainable investment. Nah. And of course, if we look at the nature of the green finance, we all efficiency, and the most important thing is how to reduce poverty. However, if we look at the current situation, the issue is not simple. The issue is not simple because there is a lot of challenge. It is mostly coming from the low awareness of this issue, especially among the investors, among government agency, and also among the customer itself. Of course, we see that it will give a lot of benefit for the public, especially it will promote what we call it the sustainable economic growth. The other benefit of green finance, if it is applied very widely, it will also helping to mitigate the risk of related to climate change, and of course, it will also ensuring the equitable access for all stakeholders. So, if we can addressing the issue, especially the barrier related to the green finance, it will give an increase in investment and, of course, equitable access for all people or stakeholders for a better economic condition. This is the important thing, that it will provide us with the a very good contribution to what we call it, to achieve the Millennium Development Goal or Sustainable Development Goal. Now, I think it is also very good if we look at the legal basis for green finance in Indonesia. If we look at the constitution, there is a statement that sustainable development is there. So if we look at the structure of the legal basis for the green finance, we can see there is a lot of things there. And even we have what we call it a development plan for the national long-term development, and then of course now every university, every government agency, they have what we call it the requirement to achieve what we call sustainable development goals. And if we look at the history of the journey of the green finance in Indonesia, we can see that we are regarded as the pioneer in Asia, because in 2015 we already issue what we call a sustainable finance roadmap by the Indonesian Financial Service Authority, and then Starting from there, we have a lot of regulation issue, especially to enhance the sustainable finance in Indonesia. And in 2018, we already issued what we call it a green bond. And it is the first country in Asia at the time issued the green bond, especially to achieve what we call to realize what we call it the sustainable finance initiative. And in 2024, we Financial Service Authority of Indonesia issue what we call taxonomy for sustainable finance. That is the journey of the green finance in Indonesia. Next, please. Here is some indicator, the performance indicators of the green financing in Indonesia. It seems from the data, the growth is very fast. In 2019, we only have 927 trillion. Now we already have almost double, almost double, more than double after 4 years. So it is very, very good achievement. The next, please. And this is, if we look at the green financing in Indonesia, mostly we issue a bond, bond, especially green bond and gender bond. So this is, for the loan, it is still very low. So the participation of the banking sector to involved in the green financing in Indonesia is relatively low. Next, please. Here, the example is the green bond issued by Bank Rakyat Indonesia. It is aimed to promote sustainable financing, and we all know that the BRI is very famous for the small and medium loan financing, and of course, some of these proceeds are used to finance the SME and micro company too. Next one. However, there is a bad news or sad news about the involvement of our banking system to still very eager to support what we call it the black sector, especially financing the coal-related sector. For example, we can see here that the Bank Mandiri currently having 12 trillion rupiah on loan to provide financing to the coal sectors. It can be for electric generation or for the coal mining. BNI having higher, it is almost 20 trillion to this, we call it black sector. And then BRI. It is not only BRI, but also Bank Central Asia also still very eager to provide this loan. And of course, this is not very good because after the Paris Agreement, we still, our banking still provided new loan for this black sector. So that is why, if we look at the report issued by the Responsi Bank, that is the association that try to encourage bank to reduce the loan for the non-sustainable activities, we see that now our bank is become the largest forestry bank in Asia because it provides almost 30 billion US dollar to the palm oil sector, pulp and paper, rubber, timber mining, and operating in Indonesia. So it is very big, still very big. However, if we look at the statistic from the other region, we see that the banking still finance the deforestation in a very large scale. If we look at the South Africa region, South America, we can see that the Banco do Brasil provide 95 billion US dollar loan to the forest deforestation activities. If we compare to the Indonesia, for example, Bank Mandiri only provides 6 billion US dollar. So it is almost 15 times less than the Banco do Brasil. So that is the issue that we are very concerned. It is based on the Forest and Finance Report 2024. The next, please. This is the very good insight. I think there is some meeting held by CSIS in November 2024 that we see that the problem related to the banking sector for green finance. Bill Winters told us in the conference that there is a lot of funding, there is a lot of money in there, but the problem is the lack of uses of this fund. Yeah, so that is why he proposed for improving assortment of the fund for green finance. There should be a direct investment to the appropriate project. So he told us that I think the government should take more active to encourage private sector to find the green project. And of course, he also mentioned about the problem related to the carbon emission pricing. The next. And then this is from McKinsey, William de Cantes, mentioned in the conference at the time in Jakarta that 70% of the investment for green projects come from private sector. So the real involvement of the government sector is still very low. Private sector exceed the private sector. And the other important thing that he mentioned is about the green project is much riskier. So it is require, for example, if we look at the Basel Committee on banking supervision, it means because of it is risky, you have to put more capital to provide loan because it is more expensive. So because of this one, that means we have to understand that the authority like the Financial Service Authority should provide what we call it implicit support to encourage bank to provide loan in the green sector. And of course, we can see here that the small and medium enterprise related to green finance is much riskier. So that is the thing that we have to consider. Next, do green finance matter? We look at 3 research related to the green finance. The one is done by Ahmad Idiketo Iti Kato in 2024 about the unlocking potential for green finance to solve the problem of MSE. It was published in the Congen Business and Management, volume 11. Now again, what is the conclusion? Ahmed Idiketo conclude that scaling up or extensifying the sustainable finance will improve the productivity and potential growth for SME. So it is confirmed that green finance is very good for the SME. Of course, we also see that to achieve the extension of the lending to SME, we need what we call it government support. That is the first research. So green finance is matter. And then second paper talk about the green finance too, but it is talking about the banking performance related to green lending. This is using data from the banking sector, SME lending, from the BRICS, it means Brazil, Russia, India, and China. This is a new group of economy. And they concluded that there is a positive relationship between green SME lending and net interest margin. That is positive, but it can be viewed as negative. It means because the government related to this, especially when related to the guarantee, bank charge higher interest rate to the SME. And then there is a negative relationship between sustainable to small firm and default rate. It means credit risk is low. We don't know why it is low, but it is seems that because of the green finance financing the activity that is relatively new, so they have a lower credit risk. And then the third or the last one, it is a case for Indonesia and related to micro and small enterprise too. And the conclusion is sustainability, social capital, financial literacy, and green finance are strongly correlated. It means that green finance itself is not the single solution, but should put the financial literacy and also social capital finance. And of course, MSE performance and sustainability can be increased by little bit, we call it knowledge-based. Knowledge-based economy like social capital, financial literacy among the business owner of the SME. Finally, after we look at a lot of things related to the green finance and the problem in Indonesia, we see that there is a lot of things we have to do. Yeah, but we have to do this because of the problem of the what we call it risk for the carbon emission, risk of the disaster, and need for more clean and production is very important. So I think there is a necessity for government and the private sector work together to enhance or to provide more green finance for the economy. And it needs a strong commitment among politicians, among the business owner, and then also among the financial sector regulator to work together to make the green finance more or stronger role in the Indonesian finance sector. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you, Professor Longit, for that enlightening presentation. Your insights into banking and finance are truly invaluable. We'll hold our Q&A after all presentations, so please save your questions. Okay, for our next speaker is Thank you, Professor Mangi, for the enlightening presentations. Your insight in the banking and finance are truly infallible. And we hold our Q&A after all presentations. After all presentations already presented, so please save your questions. So we actually proceed into our next speaker, to Mr. Surapong Wacharaji from Raja Mangala University of Technology, Krantep, Thailand. Mr. Surapong, please.
Yes, hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. Good morning, the president and the Immersive 2 the members. For today, I would like to say thank you very much for inviting me to present the topics of the finance and the sustainable development. Should we start on the slide, please? Should we start on the slide, please? Could you show me the slide, please?
Okay, I think like you need to wait for a couple of minutes, sir, before we actually prepare for the slides and also the pin in screen, sir. Okay.
Can you see it? Can you see the slide?
Yes. You can proceed to your presentation,
Okay.
sir.
Let me start here on the topics that I want to present is about the global finance and the fostering innovations in the energy efficiency, waste management, and the sustainable development. Okay, so we can move on here. I have 30 minutes. I want to talk about the finance, about the energy efficiency, the sustainable development, and the SMEs that relate to the finance. Okay, so let me assume this one first about when we talk about the finance. Or we can say that Indonesia or Thailand, we are not the rich country. We are the developing country also. So if we assume that we want to work on the sustainable development, we want to work on the clean house or the clean anything. So it means that you need the money. We need the money. Where the money come from? So we have to look back on the on the policies. I mean the Indonesian policies and the Thailand policy also. We are the export country to the big country like in the US, in the European countries, or to China. So it means that we need the money from US and the European countries and China. So we have to look at the last 10 days ago. It was the presidential election in the US. So Mr. Trump, he won the election here. And if we look at the policies, Trump policies about the economics and the environmental. So I show you here on the slide here. Number one, he said that I mean that why I have to show the Trump policies, since it should be effective to the countries like Indonesia and Thailand also. The first one, he said that it's about the economics movement. He said that number 1.1, you can see, it could be the end of the inflation in the US. So at this point about the inflation, he didn't give us much in details, but in another point, 1.2, he said that he promised that to cut the tax about the tax fee, the tax fee trips, and about the social security, and reduce about the corporate tax. So it means that in his idea, he want to call back the US the investors to back to the country, to invest in the country, to move the money back to the countries. So it should be the effect to the Indonesia or to Thailand, anywhere. At this point. And 1.3, he said that he will be increasing the export tax from another countries like Thailand and Indonesia. When I look at the export, the export and import from the US in the next slide, it's okay. I will talk about the US and Thailand and Indonesia also. He said it should be effect also when he increasing the tax. He increasing the tax on the import tax from the another countries. And at the 1.4, he will increasing about the tax from China 60%. It could be the effect to China, and perhaps it could be effect to the ASEAN countries also, right? And number 2 here, to reduce the climate regulations here, he said that to repeat the environmental to protection the laws that make the US first countries to withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord. So it means that he don't care about the COP. The last COP in the on the COP on the 29. He said he don't care. He want to draw the countries from the environmental protections. This one, it should be effect to us in this point. And number 2, to reduce the climate regulations to help the U.S. automotive to continue to attach to the EV, the electric vehicles, and step two to use in the the gasoline, the petroleum, since it should be the advantage for the U.S. Automotive. He said that since right now the last March, in March, when I was in the Chengdu, China, most of the cars, most of the motorcycle or the electric vehicles. So it means that in China they follow the to protect the environment, but for the U.S. they say that it doesn't have any advantage from the countries, from the U.S. So it means that it should be something change. It should be something change. Okay. For the next one, I will show the next one here. Between the U.S. and Thailand here first. He said that the U.S. goods and the service trade with the Thailand on the year 2022, the total estimate about the export and import, the export 18.6 billion US dollar, the import 60.5 billion US dollar. So the U.S. trade deficit to 41.9 billion US dollar, and the direct FDI is mean direct investment to Thailand was 15.8 billion US dollar, or it increasing 2.8%, increasing from the year 2021. And Thailand invest direct investment in the U.S. 2.9 billion US dollar, up to 67.4% from the 2021. How about the Indonesia? How about Indonesia? The total of the export and import is about the export. The export to Indonesia 12.1 billion US dollar, to import 35.4 billion US dollar. So it means that the U.S. the trade deficit 22.3 billion US dollar to the Indonesia, and the foreign direct investment to Indonesia 11.9 billion US dollar in the year 2022, and Indonesia's foreign investment in the U.S. is 464 million US dollar in the year 2022. It means that between us, since the U.S. it should be almost the first country that get the import from Thailand. I don't know. It should be in Indonesia also, I think. So it means that they lost. The U.S. lost the export and import. I mean the goods and the money also. It means, Mr. Trump, we try to call on the U.S. investors to call back home. In my idea, this one first. Okay, we can look at here for the foreign direct investment to the Southeast Asia here. You can see here, right? And the Indonesia, this one is at the end of the 2023. You can see Indonesia, yeah, on the second here. The first one is Singapore, and the second is Indonesia. 21,628 million US dollar. How about Thailand? Thailand is less than Indonesia. Thailand just only the 4,520 and 48 billion US dollar. And the debt, you can see the debt. We call the external debt. You can see the external debt here. Thailand, you can see Thailand is 61.4% percent is higher. Is higher. Is higher. What is the meaning of this one? What is the meaning of this one? When we call on the debt, and the debt and the GDP, the average and the standard, it could be 60% for the I call that the public debt to the GDP. You can see on Indonesia here, on this one, 39% for the public debt of the GDP is very, very low. So you have the room to invest. If you want to invest in, I mean that in this point, if the Indonesian government want to borrow the money to invest for the environmental, to protect it, you can do it. But for Thailand, it is almost 61. So we cannot extend the room of to invest for the Thai government anymore. Since the Indonesian have the opportunity, the Indonesian government have the opportunity. If you want to invest, in to protect the environmental, but for Thailand, no, I cannot. I think we cannot do it right now. So when we talk about the economics, we have to talk about the inflation also. Let me get the consumption this one. So let me get the consumption on Thailand and Indonesia about the inflations. At this point, I mean, at the end of the 2024, up to the estimate in the year 2025, I think we don't have any problem about the information, about the inflation. Since this one, I get the data and the information from the ASEAN ADB, the ASEAN Development Bank. He said that you can take a look at this point on the left hand side here. Thailand at this point just only 2.8 and 2.9%, and Indonesia also. You can see on the Indonesia about the low inflation also. You can see here it's about 3.5 or something. In my idea, if the inflation of the country not over 5%, I say that if the inflation of the country not over 5%, it doesn't matter. In my idea, Indonesia, you don't have any problem with the inflations, and Thailand also. At this point, we don't have any problems with the inflation also. But the other things, Thailand, we have the problem with the public debt, but Indonesia, you don't have. And the next one for the external, we we could have the problem with the trading and the financing sectors with the U.S. when the President Trump will call on to call on the U.S. Investors back home here. Okay, and the next one is about the fiscal of the countries. I show you this one. I can show you this one here. About the developing the ASEAN's close in the forecast about the 5.5% in the 2024 and maintained at the 4.9% in the 2025 here. What is that? You can see here Indonesia. You can see Indonesia. How many percent for the GDP? Close 5% and 5%, 5%, 5%. Indonesia, I think for the casting, Indonesia very happy, really happy for the next year also about the GDP. You can see on Thailand here. Thailand here, just only 2.7% for the GDP. So if we compare about the Indonesian and Thailand, so Indonesian estimate that in the year 2025, the GDP should be 5%. Thailand just only 2.7%. Okay, and the next one. What is the list on? You said that the listing to the protection is to depending on the outcome of the U.S. president elections and increasing to the protection and the trade. Right? This one, I told you already, right? And number two, geopolitical tensions. It's about including to lineage to the supply, to the supply chain, distribute to the higher about the food and the energy price, and the increasing in the global economics uncertainty. Let me say this one. Between Thailand and Indonesia. I think about the supply chain in the countries. Since one the factors that should be affect to the countries allow the world or allow the planet. One is the crude oils or the petroleum. Since Indonesia, you don't have any problems with the gasoline. You have by your own, but Thailand, we have the problem with the gasolines, the petroleums. Since we don't have any petroleums by ourselves, we have to buy. We have to export. We have to export from the Middle East, and after the Russian and the Ukraine war, the European countries have moved to change the supply chain about the crude oils from the Russian to the Middle East. The European country export the crude oils from the Middle East. So it should be the same source in from Thailand. So the price of the crude oils is increasing. It should be effect to Thailand, but the Indonesia do not have any effect to about the crude oils. You have by your own self. Yeah, this one is the difference between Thailand and Indonesia. And the next one is about inflation. We don't have any problems. Oh, okay. And this one, slow down on the zero US net job gain and the inflation down to 2.1% by at the end of the 2024. Okay. And what else here? So the ASEAN, the Asia Pacific climate report, the year 2024, about the finance and the policies solution here. You said number one, developing the countries to the effect to the climate change, to the greenhouse gas of the growth. Number two, the climate change lead to 16% to the GDP. Drop close to the Asia and the Pacific by the year 2070. Under the high end of the scenario, it could be least on the 41% for the GDP at the end of the century. On the third, increasing the limit of the long-term loss. It's about the impact, no avoids, about the annual investment need to the climate change. How many? 102 billion US dollar up to 431 billion US dollar. And number four, the private capital back to the climate finance cap, attached to the government regulations and the recognizing to the climate risk. They said that it depends on the government, the regulations and the law. This one. And the fifth, to the carbon price, reducing to the cost of the efficiency, to the cost of the supporting to the carbon pricing, but the effectiveness to the support of the fossils fuel of the subsides. And number six is about the carbon market, to all the opportunity to in the climate growth, the cost of the effective and the genetics of the finance flow. So at the same, if we are rich, we don't have any problems. But if we want to invest in about the climate change, about the greenhouse, where the money come from? This one is the first question. If we want to, okay. The next one about the World Economic Forum. This one about the energy transition. Right, in the year 2024, they say that the energy of the transition index, ETI, the benchmark for 120 countries on the current the energy systems performance and on the limits to that of the environmental. It was in the notable the progress in the energy effective to the increasing to the dropping to the clean energy, the source. And the last one, to the energy security also continues to test about the geopolitics, the risk also. So it means, I will show this one first. The key highlight here, they say that the global average EIT, the score increasing 60% since 2015, but shows slow growth in the past few years because of they had no money, because in the last 3 years we have to put the money to protect about the coronavirus, about the COVID-19, right? So all of the countries have to to put the money in to protect the coronavirus. This one. On the second, 28% of the countries showed a strong improvement to the dimension with the lowest score of the signal into the more balance of the systems. Number three, for the top 10 countries, account to the only 1% of the energy related to the carbon dioxide. About 3% of the energy supply and 3% of the energy demand and 2% of the global pollution. Since in Thailand, we have the problem with the pollution also. At this point, from November, December, and in January, for the 3 months after they get the harvest already, they burn all the plants. It should be the pollution in the north of the Thailand, in the north of Thailand. So the government and the local government try to stop that, to burn out the plants, in the last 2 years, and it not declining anymore, but it's not increasing also. It should be still on this one. We have the problem in the pollution, and it should be effect in the people who live in the countries also in this point. And on the fourth, 17 of the countries in the year 2024, the balance of the progress in the dimensions for the energy of the triangle. And number 5, the overall 53 countries have made the progress in the past decade in this one. Okay, so I didn't know that it could be almost in my time already. Okay, let me talk about this one. It's about the sustainable development. I point out to this one since when I point out on the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals in the year 2013, in the next few years, in the next 6 years, we have to talk about if we want to invest, in the environment to protect our countries, or any industrials, you have to invest. Where is the money? Since anywhere, this one I will talk about the capital market. I will talk about the capital market here in Bangkok. In Bangkok here, since they use the ESG. The ESG is about the environmental, the corporate governance, and the social dimensions in the listed companies in the stock market. The company in the stock market had to follow on this one. I'm so sorry. I didn't study about the Indonesian, the Jakarta stock market. I studied just only in the stock market of Thailand. That's that. Okay. So it means so we have to look at about the environmental. They talk about in this point, they force to the country, the companies in the stock market about the clean building, about the mass growth, about the climate change and the carbon, about the clean energy. This one, the clean energy for the industrials, the pollution and the toxic, the sustainable, the natural, or the resource and the agriculture. If you buy the products from the farms, I mean from the agricultural farms, but you have to teach them, don't make any pollution to your land and water use and conservations. This one also. So we can see here on the stock market. On the stock market here, they said that the SDG the frameworks recognize that in the worldwide and has to clean to the integrate to each of the goals that can be adjusted according to the context. The SDG that we use for the stock market of Thailand here, the framework, they said the business to consist of the environmental, to the social, and to the government, the responsibility to develop the sustainable business growth. Yeah, this one. And in the current, they say that in the current, the investment institution interested to sustainable investment such that they operate in accordance with the sustainable the framework, the sustainability index, the decade of the company's business developed to the ESG, the concept to support. So it means that they have to follow the regulations in the sustainable. They have in for the world standard also. For the world standard also, this one. And I give the example on this one. This one is the company, listed company in the stock market. Listed the company in the stock market here. You can see on the they say that if you are the company in the stock stocks market in Thailand, the CPO is the big wholesales and retails and the wholesales and the retails and the convenience stores in Thailand. This one, the CP. So I think the CP could be invest in Indonesia also. I think in my idea. That they have the statistics, they have the policies in the environment. You can see on the screen here. It's about the climate. It's about the resource and the energy efficiency. It's about the sustainable the packing management. It's about the waste and the food management. The last one is the ecosystem also. This one. Okay, and what else? So it is in details. Since most of the companies in the stock exchange of Thailand, you have to report every year about the sustainable development to the market and to the public. And if you export the goods and the service to another countries, you have to put on this one in your mark also about the sustainable development, and this one. And the last one about the SME. This one that I get the data, the information from the OECD. It's about the report on the last year. This one, the last year. When they talk about the SME, when they talk about the SME, they said some country, the mention of the mention of about the SME since they have after the COVID-19, the banks or the financial institutions in many countries, they don't want to they do not want to what the to make the loans to the SME, since they are not sure that the SME will running or the business well or not. So at this point, so you can see on the loan here, you can see on the loan, even in the European countries also, even in the European country. So you can see the cost of the news lending from the financial institutions is below the zero. It means that get the minus, and you can see here, on the close, get the below the zero also, get the minus also. And what else? The outstanding is still the same or declining. And you can see here for the long term, at the end of the 2022, almost declining also. So, but one thing that it could be the effect to the finance, the SME finance. Number one is outstanding of the loan is not going up, is not close. Number two, the interest rate is going up. The interest rate is going up, and really difficult to apply for the loans. This one, the report from the OECD, the reject. You can see the reject of the loans is very high. The rate of the reject here is very high here. For the sustainable finance for the SME, the first one, to understand the SME device to the need that the pathway of the net zero and the natural positive. This one, if let me say that even to run the business, to the normal business, is very difficult to get the loan from the financial institution or from the bank. And if you ask for the greenhouse, if the SME asks for the greenhouse loans, I think, in Thailand, is very, very difficult also. But if the government or if the central bank of Thailand, the Bank of Thailand, have to support to get the loans with the no interest, it could be effect to the SME. But at this point, let me say that at this point is very, very difficult to the SME in Thailand to ask the loan for the greenhouse or for the sustainable this one. But for the big corporate, they don't have any problems. But for the SME, it should be the problems also. The problem also. So, okay, thank you very much from me. Okay, thank you very much. I finished already about the presentations here. Yes, okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wacharji, for sharing your perspective on your work continues to pave the way for advancements in global finance and fostering innovations in energy efficiency, waste management, and sustainable development, especially in the financial perspective. Again, please hold your questions for our Q&A session after all presentations. So we are actually proceed to our last speaker, Mrs. Nurjihan binti Muhammad Johan, MBA. And also we are privileged to hear from Mrs. Nurjihan, a business administration and finance expert from University Technology Mara Negeri Sembilan, Malaysia. Mrs. Muhammad Johan holds an MBA and has dedicated her career for advancing knowledge in business administration and finance. Today, she will be discussing the field in sustainable finance and banking in the business landscape. So, Mrs. Muhammad Johan, please.
Let me check first. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Can hear me clearly? Okay. Should I open my own slides or the UNESA will play my slides?
Yes.
Should I open on my own slides or UNESA will?
I mean, like you have got your own control in your slides, ma'am. So yeah, the time and place is yours.
Oh, okay. So I just open my slides, yeah? So can everyone see my slides? Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning still here in Malaysia. First of all, thank you, UNESA, for inviting me. Thank you to the moderator, and thank you to the first and second guest speaker. It was a very nice topic. So now this is my turn to share about my knowledge about what are the things that I know, and also includes my study regarding this finance. So I'm looking into more to financial management perspective, but of course I will touch about fostering innovation in energy efficiency, waste management, and sustainable development, because this is a contemporary issue and it will goes on year by year, not only in my country but also in Indonesia and also in Thailand. Okay, so this is my topic. So I will more focus on financial management perspective. But before that, we need to comprehend the three types of innovation that all these Asian countries, I can say that as Asian, because we are actually looking and moving forward to the zero CO2 emissions, right? So, but before that, we have to comprehend, we have to understand first what are those things. So you can look at a very simple picture here to understand, so what is energy efficiency, this is waste management, and to achieve this sustainable development. So we go to the first one, energy efficiency. Okay, so we talk about this energy efficiency. It's in very simple term, it is about to save the energy by having many times of example to save our, for example, electric. You know, we do something or we substitute something. For example, we have the solar panel, we have the wind turbines and others, you know, to save the electric. So that is why we call it the energy efficiency. And of course, a lot of others example, we talk about this energy efficiency. Looking at the second one, okay, that is a waste management. So we need to understand here, every day, I can say more than million tons that not only in states but in a country level, we actually produce the waste. So we need something to cheer up our countries to let this we call that the green, and no pollutions and others by having this what we call that the strategy of this waste management. And number three, the sustainable development. So commonly we know that sustainable development consists of three pillars. So we have economy, we have the income level, and also the environment itself. So all of these are actually related. Okay, and now what is the issue is happening now? We can see in this world, not only in Asia, you can see also in OECD countries and the others. All right, the climate change, the biodiversity loss, the pollutions and other environmental problems that continue to threaten the health and well-being of people and the ecosystem itself. So it is around the world. So we need the clean water, all the basic livings, the sanitation, of course, in every country we do need this. So what is actually the thing that can help to reduce these problems? Okay, it cannot be resolved completely at one shot. We need the time, we need the plan and the others. So what is that? Okay, so now this is the thing that we have to look at, the financial management. So we talk about financial management, obviously we know it is about money. It is about money, it is about how the control of it, how to manage it, how the flow of the cash in and out, how to make the budget and the others. We talk about this financial management. But before that, we need to understand what is financial management, and then later on, I will relate with this the countries of this financial management when we talk about this financial sector that is under this financial management. So first thing here, financial management is a financial process that organizes the financial objective from where? From the beginning, from the planning, okay, and after the implementations, and we have to control it. We cannot simply supply the money for any activities in the country, and also to the financial accountability. So of course, we know in every country, like Malaysia, we have our parent bank, we call it as a Bank Negara Malaysia in Bahasa, or central bank in English. And of course, in Indonesia, in Thailand also, okay, we do have our own central bank that we control, and they are doing this, we call it as a financial management. And under this financial management, so we have this financial sector that we allocate the money for all those activities like I've mentioned just now. We talk about these innovations in the waste management, innovation in efficiency energy, and we talk about the path to the sustainable development. So what is the financial sector? Just to have some comprehension about this financial sector, a large body of evidence suggests that financial sector deployment plays a huge role in economic development. So the main thing we can see is economic development. Of course, what are the things inside? So we talk about the green technology, we talk about those sustainable development, all of these actually the helper, the assistant to the economic development. Okay, so look at the second line there. Okay, the growth, the capital accumulation, saving rates, foreign capital. Just now, Dr. Suraf have mentioned about the FDI, everything is included inside here. All right, so this is what we understand from the World Bank mentioned about this financial sector. So the control of it, the financial management is the control from our Bank Negara. Okay, so like Malaysia, it calls a Bank Negara or central bank. So this is what that they will do from time to time to make sure that all those agendas is met. All right, so how is it? Okay, to the next slide. Investment. So I'm going to look at investment because investment is actually a very big view, contemporary view, because we talk about, spending money in things, okay, even though like individual or in the industry as well, we talk about this investment to ourselves and to the industry, but we talk about to the country, okay, we talk about to the country and to support the innovation of this energy efficiency, waste management, and of course to the path of this sustainable development, the investment plays an important role. So investment, I can tell you, it's not that, of course, okay, we are finance people, we know investment is actually a very heavy thing, but of course, in supporting the agenda of the country itself, we have to, give the the support, we have to give the understanding, to the, of course, the policymakers, we need the government here to understand what is this investment, the role of it, and how it will help to the growth of these innovations that we mentioned. I have mentioned earlier just now. So I give an example like this investment, what this financial management can do by investment. So invest in green technology and innovation. At earliest, Prof. Munding have mentioned about the green finance. So this is all about it is actually inclusive. We talk about green technology. So technology is actually now being a part, okay, in not to say country, but as individual is being a part in our life. We talk about technology here and there. So what can all this industry do? And what can all the household can do? We talk about this green technology. Okay, so look at my example there, a very simple example here to be understood. Solar panel, electric vehicle, I can see everywhere, not only in Malaysia, I can see in the other countries as well. Okay, all these electric vehicles, for example, like Tesla. Okay, we have also Beyond Your Dream from China. Okay, using all these electrical vehicles, to save the, to save the fuel, to save the environment. Okay, just use the electric, and we talk about the wind turbine. Okay, turbine, sorry, and green energy storage. But now we talk about this investment, it's actually can give two different perspectives, either in a positive or in a different perspective. So if you look at into the positive one, it can help to achieve the sustainable development itself. So besides we talk about just now the innovation of efficiency, energy efficiency, waste management. So we talk about this investment, okay, can give the best to the country. Okay, so you look at in Malaysia, for example, we have already used solar panel everywhere at home, in the industry, in office building. We use it because we know that it can save the electric. So we talk about the saving, we talk about the environment. So it helps. It really helps the environment to be in a safe side. Okay, but the investment is one thing. That is actually another issue. We talk about other than innovation of those three things. Another issue is about this investment. So we talk about the cost, we talk about the green technology just now mentioned by Professor Mundi, if I'm not mistaken, just now. So we talk about the investment, the money itself. How that this government in supporting this innovation, how this government will provide the country this investment money to go more on this green technology. I'm aware that in 2008, green technology has been started in OECD country, and after that followed by the Asian country. So we know that it's actually a very good thing, but in terms of investment, it's actually costly. Okay, it's not that cheap amount to invest in this kind of investment, because we talk about technology, we need many things to prepare, and after that we have to implement it. All right, so even like if you look at the solar panel for the household, okay, it's not that cheap, but for industry, because we wanted to encourage, to support the government agenda to save the earth. Okay, so we talk about all this green stuff. So it's not that cheap. Okay, and after that we talk about in the positive side, of course, it gives good things in the future, and we can able to achieve the sustainable development. We can actually save the environment. So when environment is saved, the social are happy, of course. All right, so we are willing go to work, we do more activities, and it goes back to the economy. So that is actually in a good side of the investment. All right, so this is something that, things that need to ponder, okay, things that we need to, think, because we talk about these innovations. We want to foster all this innovation in terms of energy efficiency, waste management, because we want to achieve the sustainable development. It's actually in a good thing, but on the other side, we have to think about this investment. And I just continue from here. You can see to promote the efficient use of resources, reducing pollution and waste. It's actually, it works, but it takes time. Okay, so I believe that in every country, including our country, we are Asian, so we actually, moving forward for this. So of course, like Malaysia itself in the news, 25th November last year, have mentioned that our central bank have mentioned that, okay, we are trying to achieve this zero carbon carbon dioxide emission in year 2050. So we need the investment up to 350 to 450 billion. So it's actually a huge amount of investment. So all the private sectors, all the industry have to work together to help to achieve this sustainable agenda. But somehow we have to look at the positive, and also we have to do research again and do such things about what is actually the bad and good things about this kind of investment. And implementation of waste management and recycling programs require development of effective policy, regulation, infrastructure. So like my country in Malaysia, we do have this waste management and recycling programs. We call it as a 3R, okay, reduce, recycle, and reuse. So it's actually a very good thing where we reuse again. Okay, after that, we can reduce the pollution, we can reduce any waste out there. So it's actually a very good thing when we have this program. But again, back to my thing here in this one, my bold words here, investment. So this is how we talk about, our own financial sector, yeah. I mean, the financial institutions under the financial sector, how they, allocate the resources, how they manage this finance in order to support the country agenda, and it will lead to the big one that is the sustainable development goals. Yeah. Okay, so I want to show you, okay, so these are the things that I made as example just now, the solar panel, the wind turbine, grid energy storage. So it's actually very useful, okay. In my reading, the solar panel and wind turbines are actually not really, I mean, in terms of the country, talk about the country investment money, the cost is not really that expensive, but of course, this is actually in terms of what the government see. Okay, it's not that really expensive, but the effect is very good. We can save the electric. Yeah, we can save the electric. And the grid energy storage, I see that, example, in the US country, they have used this one. So it's a big storage there, like a cabin here, you can see. So it's actually a very good thing, but this one is quite costly. So again, back to my bold word just now, it's about this investment. But of course, okay, the impact will be later. We can see the electric will be safe, the environment can be safe and the others. So it's actually a very good example that we can see. And I do believe not only in my country, the other countries like Thailand, Indonesia also are having this. What you call that, solar panel, the wind turbines, okay, grid energy storage. So step by step, we'll do this to save the earth, to save our country, and to bring this, what you call that, the green earth, the green technology and others. We talk about this, to the eye of the people. Yeah, we can see the success in years' time. Okay, inshallah. So mine is very simple. I just want to touch about investment just now. So financial management, yes, its role is important for energy efficiency, the waste management, and also not to forget about sustainable development that consists of 3 pillars. So government, of course, yeah, they are the policy maker, okay. So should foster an innovation-friendly environment and encourage the development to further integrate sustainable green agenda. So this is actually something that we need to see. Okay, the governments need to go, to the flow, and sometimes they need the urge. Okay, they need to, really do it. Okay, because we see now, the environment. You look at the weather now. It's not really stable, right? I just share with you in Malaysia now are having some flooded here and there. So it's all about the environment. So the government need to do something. And of course, back to my financial management thing just now, it's about investment just now. So it is something that the point taken for the government, yeah, to do something with this. And of course, the other sectors have to put hand together. We talk about this investment, of course, like me myself, of course, even though we are in education industry, we have to also alert about this, aware, always give some awareness to people, and of course, to support the government agenda. And yep, you can see here the last one for me, the financial manager also assist to the SDG. This is also like just now, Dr. Surafo have mentioned. All right, so we are looking more into this. For example, in number 6, the clean water, the sanitation is all about green technology. The good wealth and well-being is actually comprises of all okay, the waste management, energy efficiency, and to the sustainable development, life below water, on the land itself, and the rest. So you can see it is actually, this financial management plays an important role to support this SDG. So why not? We are as Asian country, okay, we are actually not always compete to one another. When I do my research, I see that Malaysia, sometimes, Thailand will be above us, sometimes Indonesia will be above us. So that is a competition. So it's such a very healthy competitions that to attain this SDG 20 and 30. So I do hope so in my side, for my government side, in 2050, we will achieve the target to make sure that there's a zero carbon emission in Malaysia, and I do hope so the other countries as well. Okay, so that is my topic. We talk about fostering innovation in the waste management, energy efficiency, and sustainable development in my financial management perspective. So that's all from me. Thank you. Terima kasih. So I revert back to the moderator. Thank you.
Your contributions to business and finance are really inspiring. We are excited to hear more during our Q&A session. So we actually proceed to our floor for questions. Please feel free to raise your hand or type your questions in the chat if you're joining us virtually. Our speakers are here to provide additional insights, so don't miss the opportunity to engage with them directly. So the first question, I think, is coming from Mrs. Tina Nur Fadilah. I think it's from our students, that is being directed to Professor Abdul Mongit. To Tina Nur Fadilah, the question is yours. Maybe you can open your camera and perhaps you can visually perceive us.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you for the opportunity. And let me introduce myself first. My full name is Tina Fadila, and I'm from Management 2023 International College. And my question, I goes to for Professor Abdul Mongit. And the question for me is, what are the key challenges and opportunities in using green finance to drive global sustainability and reduce climate change impacts? Thank you very much.
Okay,
Good
thank you so much
afternoon.
for Ms. Tina for such insightful questions. I would like to Professor Abdul Mongit to answer the queries. So the time and place is your Professor Abdul Mongit.
Thank you for uh, thank you very much for the question, Tina Fadila. It's very interesting question about the key challenge. Yeah. I think there is many obstacle, if we can call it obstacle or challenge related to the green finance and the sustainable development and etc. The first challenge is, I think, it is related to the awareness. We are full of lack of awareness among the investors, among the government agencies and the staff, and then the public itself, especially the consumer. Yeah, it is because of the knowledge, but it is also because of the orientation. Consumers still think that it is better to buy something very cheap. That is the big problem. Then make the producer, because of the competition, etc., they prefer to produce in not inappropriate way. It means destroying the environment and also creating pollution and the lack of what you call it incentive to create or to invest in a clean production system. And this is the issue that I think should be tackled very. And the other is also from perspective of investor. Investors always think that the only benefit for their investment is a financial benefit. They never consider what we call it social benefit, and also for environmental benefit, and the most important is for sustainable or environment protection. That is, I think, the most difficult obstacle or challenge for our green finance initiative, not only in developing countries, but also in the developed countries itself. So I think this is the education is the key for making this obstacle less to be hindered from the good or extensive green finance, not only in developing countries but also developed countries. I think that is the short answer for Tina Badilah question. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof, for your great answering. Good afternoon.
Okay, we are actually proceed to our next question that is directly to Mr. Surabawachan Raji, PhD. So for the second question will be brought by Ms. Devi Tarigan. So the question is yours, Ms. Devi.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Devi Tarigan, and I would like to ask to Mr. Surabong, how can global financial tools like green bonds and climate financing help promote innovation in energy efficiency and waste management, especially in developing countries? Thank you.
I cannot hear. I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you.
Yes, Mr. Surabong, you may proceed to answer the query.
What is the question, please? Could you? I cannot hear.
Okay, I will repeat the question.
Hello. Hello.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe, Ms. Steffi, can you repeat your question?
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. I would like to ask to Mr. Surapong, how
Okay,
can global
let me say
financial
that
tools
the voice is just a little. The voice is just a little. Uh, okay, could you say again, please?
And the
I would
questions
like
from
to
Ms. Steffi will be
ask
provided in
Mr.
the chat.
Surapong.
Thank you.
Okay, okay, I see on the screen already, on the chat already. Let me say this one first. We are we are the small countries and under, let's say, developing countries. I mean, Indonesia and Thailand. If someone want to invest in your countries anywhere, they want the profit, right? Because most of the investors they need the profit, even from the European countries or even from the US or Japan or any countries or China, of course. But they are different. If the Indonesian, the Indonesian invest in the greenhouse or in the about the innovations in your countries. In my idea first. So in Thailand, we can say that we have ever I have ever not seen about the foreign investors to invest in Thailand about the sustainable development. Most of the investors could be for the Thai people. Most of the investors in this about the greenhouse, about the climate change, or everything to get the answer in the SDGs in the year 2030. Let me say this one: you have to help yourself first. No one can help you. In my idea, Okay, I don't know that, but let me say this one: if I say in the example in Indonesia, that you need to invest in the present, yes or no? I don't know yet. But for the Thailand, we need it right now. But in Indonesia, perhaps you can postpone that, or you can step by step. You don't have to hurry to invest in the in about the greenhouse, since you have the petroleums, you have the crude oil for yourself. You don't have any problems about the gasoline. But for Thailand, because the problem at the present, when the price, when the gasoline price is going up and down, it depends on the market, right? But for Indonesia or Malaysia, I think I haven't seen any problem yet about the greenhouse. Okay, I don't know that I can answer this one or not. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Surapong.
Okay, as our proceed to our last questions, that is directly to Mrs. Nurchian Binti Muhammad Johan. I think the question is coming from Mr. Pavel Benedictus Payang. So for Mr. Pavel, the question is yours.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. First of all, am I audible? Okay. So my question, especially for Ms. Nurjihan. So I'm interested about your explanation, especially about financial management, and me just happen have read about advanced financial management as well. So question is, in what ways can advanced financial management practices such as impact investing and also performance-based funding models can drive the scaling and long-term sustainability of innovative solutions, especially in energy efficiency, waste management, and also sustainable development? I think that's my question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pavel. Can I just rephrase back your questions? Do you mean that how the advanced corporate finance, right, in helping the waste management and the other stuff, right? Okay, so we talk
Yes.
about this. Okay, let me answer you. When we talk about the advanced financial management, it's actually the other advanced level where it also inclusive. The industry is inclusive all the sectors,
Udah mati ya?
especially the public
Oke,
sectors,
nanti tak closing dulu,
and
habis
of
itu kan
course.
kita kembalikan lagi ke MC gitu ya.
Sorry.
Sorry, penyerahan.
Okay. All right. Okay, so okay, back to my answer just now. Okay, so we talk about this the financial sector. Okay, yes, of course they will have their own, we call that their strategies, you know, and of course inclusive the industries and all the sectors have to plan together in order to support these innovations to help the country to reduce this waste management, to implement and to prolong this efficiency energy, and of course to at the end of it to support the sustainable development. So this financial management, advanced financial management, we help more and more, and we look at into one thing I highlighted just now in my slide, in my presentation just now. We talk about the investment. Same goes to Professor Monggip, Dr. Surafong. So we have this same idea. We talk about this green finance, green
Recording in
technology,
progress.
green financial, sorry, you talk about financial tools. Everything is part of this advanced financial management. And of course, the government play their role in managing this financial sector to ensure that all the financial sectors in the countries helps the industry, help all those businesses, you know, in order to support, to allocate all the resources to support these the programs that is made by the government. So we do have like recycling program, we do have those energy save program. You can see that all by the idea of all by the governments and also the other sectors. So this financial management is really helpful because why the allocation of resources, the big thing is the money. So the money is actually came from our central bank back, because we need that as a sources to prolong the investment, and of course to buy all those materials, to make all those programs and the others, even though to create the awareness as well, we need those sources, we call it capital money. And with that, the financial management is actually a helper to this innovation of the efficiency energy, the waste management, and the lastly to support this sustainable development. And of course, the last one to be, I mean, the top one, sorry, to be the SDGs there. Okay, so I hope I answer you, Mr. Pavel.
Thank you very much. That's very much clear to answer my question. Thank you.
Welcome.
As we conclude today's sessions, I'd like to extend our deepest gratitude to each of our speakers, Professor Mongit, Mr. Wacharajit, and also Mrs. Muhammad Johan, for their contributions and for sharing their knowledge and insights with us. Your work is really inspiring, and we look forward to seeing the continued impact of your research and expertise. Thank you to everyone for joining us today. We hope this conference has sparked new ideas, collaborations, and deeper understanding of the international management and finance landscape. But before we just try to wrap up this discussion sessions, we would like to present you the certificates that is being presented to our delighted speakers. For the first one, to Professor Abdul Mungit.
Thank you very much. Sorry for the sound or voice from the mosque because it is going to have a Friday prayer. Dr. Surapong, thank you very much.
Pardon us for maybe there are some technical issues in regards to presenting the certificate, but I think the certificate is on the way, sir.
Salam kenal untuk Ibu Nurjihan.
Ya, salam kenal. Kita jumpa hari itu semasa
Okay.
sana.
Okay,
Masih
so
ingat saya
okay,
tadi?
thank you.
Yeah,
Okay, for the second certificate will be presented to Mr. Surapong Wacharajit. The certificate is being presented in the screen. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Surapong Wacharajit. Till
thank
next
you.
time. Okay,
Okay.
to our last certificate, then please presented to our beloved Mrs. Nurjihan binti Muhammad
Recording
Johan,
stopped.
MBAA. Here we present the certificate to you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your opportunity and also the knowledge that really incredible and also delightful. Okay, so we have come to our end our session, but before we just actually we just try to officially close these discussion sessions. I would like to just give my time and place to our handsome and beautiful MC for this immersive. And also, I would like to say take care and stay inspired. Now, the time and place, I will give back to our MCs. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you to Mr. Rizky for being our moderator and the contribution to this event. And also thank you for our amazing speakers for the new knowledge today. We hope for today's seminar we can get lots of knowledge that will help us in our daily life, really.
Okay, I agree. We have come to the last agenda, but before we would like to gratitude to Pelindo for the support given to help make today's event to be a success. And now let's watch together our sponsorship partner. To the operator, please play the sponsorship videos.
Everything begins from a small driblet of water that ripples and flows in harmony, telling us that diversity belongs to the same body of hopes and dreams, reminding us that we will always live together, side by side. That is how the light guides us to the harmony of diversity that is formed into Indonesia. So brace yourself. With the surge of our hopes and will, we shall color the sky and move beyond the barriers, becoming a step that can be followed by the future generations. Aligning with the evolution, bringing our motherland move towards change. With the spirit that continues to burn in an undying dedication to become a valuable Indonesian. PT Pelindo Terminal Patikamas, a world-class leading terminal operator as part of the Indonesian Port Corporation. We are ready to support cultural diversity and the country's prosperous resources. In order to maintain the port ecosystem, standardized and integrated port activities through digitization and service innovation, as well as business process transformation that involves nations' future leaders who are dedicated and committed. PT Pelindo Terminal Patikamas ensures the effectiveness of port connectivity services with the support of strategic partnerships to guarantee the continuity of logistics distribution to increase the growth of the economy until the day we reap what we sow. This conveys our dedication for the nation to build the country together in the balance of determination and hope, which will revive our maritime glory from and for our homeland, Indonesia. With various terminals spread throughout Indonesia, as well as the support of subsidiaries, we shall become the gateway to economic equality and be the supporting pillar that holds Indonesia's logistics sustainability. In accordance to the nation's pioneers' vision, our cultural wealth and overflowing resources has to be beneficial for the life of the world. For we have always been and will always be a great nation that is prosperous in diversity, which becomes our main asset to stand upright and lead the flow of civilization from the breaking of the dawn to beyond the horizon. PT Pelindo Terminal Patikamas, world-class leading terminal operator.
Thank you so much to the operator for showing our sponsorship, and thank you to the Pelindo for supporting today's event.
Okay, well, Wika, time has flown by so quickly, and it's quite sad to leave the event today.
I agree with you. It's sad for me too, Randy. But from this presentation of material from our honored speakers today, I believe that the participant who took part in the seminar this time will get a lot of knowledge that can be applied later during the next semester or the daily life on the future.
Yes, I agree with you, Willie. I hope you guys got new knowledge from today's seminar. And don't forget the task ahead. Also, don't forget to join breakout room that have been provided at 1 p.m.
Okay, once again, to the participant, don't forget to join the breakout room that have been provided at 1 p.m.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we've come to the end of this meeting. We would like to thank you for being part from this International Management Conference and Progressive Paper 2.0. Let's close this seminar by saying Hamdallah together.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. We, As the Master of Ceremonies would like to thank and apologize to all the participants that took part in this meeting. If there are any deficient word or action, please accept our apologize.
We as a Master of Ceremonies would like to excuse ourselves and
See you on the next Immersive 3.0 at 2025. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. Nur.
Thank you, Bu Yuyun, for this opportunity. Assalamualaikum.
Hai.